Oh.
What does that say?
Crispy Pop.
Ooh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I have to. Well, this is the perfect opportunity for me to talk about the most important thing that's happening in all of our lives, which is I got a mini fridge for my office.
Oh, very nice.
So now I can. Now I have Crispy Pops on demand.
On demand.
Get up and get them.
All right, ready?
Yep.
3, 2. Fuck you, Zach. 1. Oh yeah, that was nice.
I didn't have anything to pop. What do you want from me? I'm trying to be involved.
I want you to be better. I want you to be better.
Yeah, people in hell want ice water.
Hello, friends. Thank you for joining me today, and I'm glad you did because I've got something pretty great for you, and that is, holy shit, a new versus Vidcast. I'm here with...
You did it early.
You guys start your shit way before I introduce you constantly. Yep, that's Zach Cole, as you can see. So I went on the channel, went on a hiatus for like a month because I was finishing my book, which I wrote. It's here.
And it's really good. It's really, really good.
It's a really fucking good book.
Yeah.
Yes, thank you. Thank you. I enjoy it personally.
It's a lot better than the books that other people on this channel have written.
Oh, go fuck yourself.
Ooh, no, we don't. We don't author slander on this channel. That's the. Oh.
I don't have any near me.
It's okay.
This is better.
Which
one was that?
Nothing.
No, which one was it? Oh yeah, absolutely.
No, Zach didn't write that.
No question. I am working on 2 Warhammer books, bullet pointing out right now.
I did hear about that.
I'm very excited.
I like
for
that
those.
you didn't tell me because you knew that
this.
I would. That's the one thing I would not care about.
Yeah.
Who knows? It might get you into the fandom.
It might. I heard it from Cole, so I'll read them. I'll read them because you wrote them, so I'll read them eventually. But yeah, so we're back, and I thought, I had a couple videos come out last week, but I thought a good way to kind of kick off like the return would be to do a vidcast where we talk about the departure.
Sunrise, sunset. You know what I'm saying?
Sunset. I put this is as you are watching this as a viewer. This is coming out on Monday. That you're watching this on a Monday. So this past Friday, I put out a new episode of Pokemon Crystal all solo, Mama Lonesome. Because I'm powering through that, and I mentioned up top that Zach wasn't joining me for reasons, and it made it sound really sinister, like we got into a fight or something, and we're not friends anymore.
Sam and I are about to curate.
That legit did happen.
Sam and I are about to curate some Instagram drama to drive traffic to both of our respective
book
pages.
Sales. But I guess it's a good enough place to talk at the top about what's happening with Zach. Got some updates in Zach's life. That means that he's not going to be on the channel as much, if at all, for a while. So Zach, do you want to talk about your? You make
me want to record random audio files and send them to you to put as a spooky ghost thing in the background, like I'm haunting a vidcast every once in a while.
Just reverse it and then put it in binaural audio where it's just going back and forth between the two sides of the headphones.
All right, well I know what I'll be doing while I'm away then.
Fuck yeah.
So I'm going to prison.
Yep.
We all knew this was coming.
Yeah, it was inevitable.
Quite frankly, I'm shocked it took this long.
Those cross-border state charges finally caught up to me. The
secret prisons don't count.
The Hague finally came to a decision. I was extradited back to Lithuania for war crimes committed during the balkanization. No, for all seriousness, I am going back overseas. I've been fiending to get back over there for a while now, and finally landed a position on a contract out in Qatar in the Middle East, and so I'll be out there.
Yeah.
Which it was funny because Zach, we always joked about Moonbase Alpha and like.
I made that joke in Metroid. I forgot about that already.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, whenever Zach was overseas, we would say he was at Moonbase Alpha.
Yeah,
because he was at top secret assignments, and like, so we're bringing that
there's
back.
A bunch of in jokes about Moonbase. I was like, you were doing moon spiders and shit, and like
moon spiders. They were in the moon vents. Ludens was up there with me.
Yeah, Ludens. You were just hanging out with. Do I still have my like Ludens? Yeah, I do. Yeah, he's up there.
Well, it was funny because when we all started recording Metal Gear Mondays together, you were still in Cuba.
Yeah.
And we actually talked about that in the Metroid call, where now you're not allowed to go back to that post office ever again because.
What's hilarious is I never will have to. I hope.
I love telling people that story though.
I'm glad.
But yeah, so
people around here don't get as much of a kick out of it as y'all do. They're like,
it's fun. It's a fun story.
Like fucking like, let me live, dude.
Let me live. Let me feast. Let me feast on this energy, my guy. So, do you have any idea how long you're going to be gone for? Like, do you know how long the contract is, or? So
they have the contract until 2025. I'm going to do at least a year. Because I got to hit that 330-day mark
to avoid the taxes.
Which is the biggest fucking thing about the exactly. But I'll do at least a year, possibly longer, just depending on how the workload is and how I'm feeling, and if I really want to shore up my bank account before I hit 30 or not. Also, fun little fact. So I'm going out there soonish. Later this year, I won't give exact dates and locations and all that because he's actually going with the military, but my brother will be out there with the Air Force, and we're going to be on the same base.
That's really cool, actually. It'll be cool for you guys to like have that experience.
That is
together.
the one solace I take in you like leaving. Because I try to be out there with family.
And it's not like we're not like gonna have not have overlapping times where we'll talk and like we're still obviously gonna like text each other and like have all do our same bullshit.
I'll be working 12-hour shifts 6 days a week out there, so if I'm on night shift, it means I'll be awake when you guys are awake.
Oh shit!
Cool.
Yeah. Okay. Because I'm looking at it now. Because this is right now when we're recording. This is around the time we normally like record stuff when we do. It is currently 3:46 a.m. in Qatar.
Yeah, that's not going to happen.
That's probably not going to work. Yeah.
You'd have to do a lot to drag Zach out of bed at 3:46 in the morning to record vidcast. So
or do anything, I'd say.
Yeah,
anything in general.
Unless it involves sex or my bank account, I'm not getting up.
If it doesn't involve sex, drugs, or rock and roll, I don't want it.
And even sex is like a 60% chance I'm just not going to wake up.
It's just like you do what you want. I'm just gonna lay here with my eyes closed.
Yeah, pretty much.
The dream.
Cuts to my dream. I'm like, wow, this trampoline's really bouncy.
It's like Inception. And then the kick.
Speaking of dreams, have you guys ever? Because obviously, I know all of us have had the dreams where something happens and you startle yourself awake, or you wake up in a cold sweat. Have you ever laughed yourself awake from a dream before?
Never.
No, I have not.
Never.
It happened to me for the first time about 3 days ago. The stupid... it's because I like... the girl I'm talking to, she likes a lot of short form content, so TikTok and all that. Well, for some reason, my brain came up with the stupidest fucking TikTok meme ever. Where, like, in my brain, it's, point of view shot, and like a big Kermit walks in, is what a great time to be alive! But as it jumped toward it like the sound got bass boosted out and the red eyes came on.
He's got deep fried.
I know you don't like want to download TikTok, Zach, but
just
you
fucking do it.
Thrive on TikTok, like not only like stuff you would put on there, but also like your For You page, the For You page really very quickly tailors itself to like shit you
It would look a lot like half the shit that I send you at this point. Just like the
basically
random 1917 random German child hanging out behind enemy's lines. An angry 19-year-old with a war crime stick.
It wasn't angry. It was an unsupervised 19-year-old
with a war crime stick.
I have that one saved. We could send that to Sam so he can put it here.
Yeah, I'll put it in there. Well, speaking of TikToks, though, our new hotness, the Frog Wizard.
Yes, all hail the Frog Wizard.
Absolutely, the Frog Wizard. I've literally used that in the way that I told you guys I would, where I was like, you know what? Anytime I'm like about to send like a passive aggressive like text, Frog Wizard. Someone's like making me mad, Frog Wizard.
Frog Wizard.
If I don't know the answer to something, you better believe that motherfucker's getting Frog Wizarded.
Frog Wizard.
My favorite thing from that was my initial response after I saw it, which was me after everyone else gets raptured and I finally get some goddamn peace and quiet.
It's like
it's gotten to the point like it's now so ingrained in my life. Like me and a couple of my buddies from Knoxville have like the new Super Mario, like the Strikers, the soccer one. You can have like leagues and like, you know, teams of your friends like online. Our team name is Frog Wizarded.
I'm legit. So I'm going back to visit Ohio in August, and like Chelsea's going, and she's gonna meet my family and stuff, and so that's cool. But my friend, since I've lived out here, now works at a tattoo shop, and I was like, hey, you know, when I come to visit, let's, you know, like what do you charge? Like what are your hourly? Let's do a tattoo. And she was like, I'm not gonna charge you for a tattoo. Just come in. I was like, okay.
Yeah,
so
shit.
I'm getting Frog Wizard. Legit.
Now the real question is, are you getting him facing right or facing left?
So
I will get it facing the other way that you get it.
Well, so here's the thing. So I thought about the perfect trifecta, because we talked about the idea of getting it together.
Yeah.
Because I'm gonna get him. So I'm gonna get him. I'm looking at my background. So facing my left, his right. So I'm gonna get it that way. You can get it the opposite way, and then Zach can get like the neutral, post that he loves so much, and then we can all have the same but different Frog Wizards.
Perfect.
So it's like if you look at us in sequence, you see the dance.
Like it's a dancing sequence.
I love that actually. It's taken us 2.5-3 years to come up with a friend tattoo, because we've been talking about this for this long.
For a long time, and then it's we watch one TikTok.
We watch one fucking TikTok of a fucking Frog Wizard, and we're like, nope, that's our identity now.
We did it. We got it.
He's just straight vibing, yo.
Book 'em, boys. We got him.
Rattle 'em, boys. Oh, almost got him.
Well, I'm not gonna give you the satisfaction of a spit take on your last vidcast.
Yeah, of course not.
Oh, I just thought about, like, speaking of like getting like shocked awake, Chelsea's car is not doing so hot right now, and so I've been like every like few days, like I'll take her to work, and then we'll alternate. Like I'll take her to work 2 days, and then she'll take the car 2 days, and then my car 2 days, and then we'll kind of go back and forth.
Yeah.
And one of the days I was taking her to work last week, I was like dead asleep, and she comes up, and she doesn't like shake me, or like she's not very like violent or anything. She just like gently puts her hand on my shoulder and goes, "Hey," and I like just like I don't know what the fuck was going on. I don't remember if I was dreaming. I just like I don't know what the fuck was going on. It freaked me the fuck out. Like my heart started beating out of my fucking chest. I was like like I had to take
that's the worst when you get those ones where you wake up and it feels like your heart's trying. Like, well, I've had it where it feels like your heart's beating out of your chest, and it almost feels like there's like a piece of concrete on your chest too. So you're like, I can't breathe.
Yeah, it's rough.
The only
I
time
wish I remembered like what it was that like caused that to happen, but I don't at all.
Yeah,
our body, the human body is just fucking weird, man.
The only times I like, the only kind of times like dreams will wake me up are generally like the not fun kind. Like I don't even remember. It happened like last month. I was like terrified of just like the end result. But like I woke up and I like had like slammed my elbow like trying to come down on something right next to me. Chanel was right next to me.
That slow turn tells us everything we need to know.
She turned.
I swear I was maybe that, like my elbow was like that close away. And I was like on like the bed, I was like just staring, like cold sweat, and I was like, okay, I gotta wrap myself up. I gotta like I have to get away. I don't know if I'm gonna wake up again. I do not want to like have a domestic battery charge because I'm asleep
in the middle of the night.
And little did we know.
You're laughing.
Little did we know that the nightmare that caused this was Cole was stuck in a dream version of Burger Time. And the egg wouldn't stop coming toward him.
Oh my god. Yeah, I don't know. I can't remember the last time I woke up really that violently before. It was so weird. It's been a while.
I don't think, other than like when someone would like grab me awake to fuck with me, I can't remember the last time, or if any time that I've like taken a swing or thrown an elbow or something, waking up.
Like I don't remember any of my dreams. Like I just know that like when I wake up, I'm either like in a cold sweat or like I'm like shocked awake, like freaking
My fight
out.
or flight has activated.
Yeah, I'm like, okay, something's happened and I'm not going to fall asleep for another hour and a half, 2 hours.
The ones that I'm most susceptible to are the ones where like you jolt awake because you feel like you're falling.
Oh,
like,
dude, those are the worst.
I have those all the time. I hardly ever remember they're the worst. I hardly ever remember my dreams. I remember them on occasion, but usually like it's falling.
I've had that happen to me in dreams where literally it can be anything from I had a bad trip on a curb where it's that sort of like, ugh, you know, in real life that's gotten me that, or I'm falling out of a plane with no parachute, and that's also happened to me. You know, in the dreams, they both got the same reaction of that jolting awake. You know,
I don't know if it's like from like my recently picked up hobby, like that I'm okay with like heights and like falling. But like those
rock climbing?
Yeah, like
I was thinking Warhammer for a second. I was like, what does Warhammer have to do with heights?
No, not Warhammer. Like,
it's because I'm so big compared to them. It's like I'm huge.
Honestly, like it's okay. No, I guess like climbing just because like I'm fine with being up high, and like just like falling is just part of it, and like I'm like, okay, yep, I'm falling. This is fine. Like my brain, which is probably not a good thing for my brain. It's like, no. You should be afraid of what is happening right now.
Like that's you're wired. You're supposed to be afraid of that.
you shouldn't be okay with this.
Cole takes a header off a bridge. This is fine. Wait a minute.
Wait a minute.
Hold up a minute.
I've been getting a lot of targeted rock climbing content on Instagram and TikTok for some reason.
It's because you're friends with me and Isaac.
Well, no, because you guys have been talking about rock climbing for a while. It just started like last week.
I think the universe is sending you a sign.
I'm not gonna rock climb. I don't want to do that.
But you could. It'd be kind of cool.
I could.
Yeah, he could also do heroin. I don't think he wants to do that either. And I'm sure there's someone out there that would go, you could, that's cool.
One is detrimental to your like entire life and takes over and can possibly kill you, and then the other is heroin. I don't know what the big deal is.
Yeah, I tell you, as soon as you started, I was like, I'm going to make this joke. I hope he goes in the same direction that I do.
I tell you though, like if I was gonna go back like to do like an alternative like workout fitness thing, I'd probably do boxing again because I actually do want to go back to doing boxing because I need to. Because right before the pandemic, literally there was a trial period, and I did it for like 3 weeks in 2020, end of February, early March of 2020.
What happened then?
Oh, nothing important. Nothing important happened in 2020.
Why'd you quit?
Yeah,
Why'd you stop going, Sam?
For some reason, Sam, when you said there was a trial period, in like my head, it was like, yeah, I had to go through like the Temple of Trials.
You had to run the fucking gauntlet. Like at the end was Manny Pacquiao, just like, all right, come on. You want to get in the gym?
Yeah, I was gonna say the credit card machine to sign up is behind him.
Well, the thing that
you don't have to win; you just have to earn it.
The thing that I hate about like working out, like in general, like cardio and stuff like that, and I'm sure like rock climbing helps with this too, is just like I'm just not engaged like at all. Yeah. Like it's just boring, and I don't want to do it because it's boring. But like,
that's why I do. That's why I do the walking.
Working out was boring to me too.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you see, well, I love lifting. That's my normal workouts, but that's why I do the walking. And I don't do it out, or I don't do it inside. You know, I do it outside where I can actually walk around. I can change up my route if I want to. Listen to music, have a phone call, whatever. So, because like, I'd rather die than run on a treadmill. I hate running on a treadmill.
It's the worst. Yeah. It's the fucking worst. And the thing of it is, like, well, this thing is like when I did it, I liked boxing because it engages your whole body. People think it's just like swinging, but it's footwork, it's positioning, it is the swinging and the punching. Like it's your feet, your hips, your shoulders, your arms, your chest, your head. Because I did I used to go to a boxing gym back in 2015, 2016. And I loved it, man. It was great.
Yeah.
I remember it was funny though because I only did traditional boxing, and then one day I showed up and they changed the schedule, and they were like, "Oh, it's actually a kickboxing thing." I was like, "Okay, I'm just gonna go lift then," because they had weights there. And the instructor was like, "Nah, man, come on, do kickboxing." I was like, "All right, it's boxing with a little bit of extra footwork. How difficult could it be?" About 3 minutes in, I was like, "What the fuck?" I was so gassed.
It's a lot.
Even like standard boxing, like it's exhausting. Like and like that's why it's such a good workout because it is literally like you are engaging your entire body. And not only your body, but like you're working your brain too, so it keeps you distracted.
That's for sure.
Thinking about all this stuff, and
that's for sure why I think I like climbing is just because it's literally it's like you have to worry about your foot placement. You have to worry about like where your hand's going. Is what kind of hold is that above you? You're talking to like your belayer, like you're making sure that like everything is like all set. Like I don't mind like lifting weights if I'm with someone. Like if I've got a buddy and I'm like, we're just like cutting up or like chatting the entire time, like, but it's like just going to the gym by yourself. I'm just like, I fucking hate this. It doesn't matter if I have like a good podcast or like a good audiobook. I can't get into it.
So I do it. I mean, I don't. So when it was colder, I would basically dress like fucking Ted Kaczynski when I go to the gym. Hoodie. I'd have the hoodie. I'd have the sweatpants.
That's changed recently. Like,
yeah, it's too hot now. I go in t-shirts and shorts now. I'd fucking melt on the walk over there if I wore a hoodie.
You don't think Ted owned a couple pairs of cargos there, bud?
No, gym shorts. I don't wear cargo shorts to the gym. What am I, 14?
God, imagine the psychopath that goes to the fucking gym wearing cargo shorts.
I was gonna say
out there. If I did that, what I would do is I'd do like a printed like Mario Bros t-shirt, cargo shorts, a pair of black Timbs, and tube socks that go up to my knees, pulled up.
Black Timbs is a fucking. It's a look. It's a move.
I saw it. I got your Mario shirt because I saw a tweet today that it was a picture of Mario like kneeling with his hands clasped, and it said, "Are you there, God? It's a me, Mario."
But no, man, because I used to go to the gym with I used to go to the gym with people all the time back in like the hospital days. Because literally we'd wrap up our shift and we'd go hit the gym. And that was good, but it sucks when you're on like someone else's gym schedule, because then you get people where they're like, oh, I take 5 minutes between sets or whatever. It's like, you're losing your pump, man. So literally I just go there and I just zone out and fucking, I put on some like Rob Zombie or some obscure fucking Viking chanting or some shit, and I just, just get after it. Lift heavy. Does
Spotify now have like a setting where you take a photo of me and it's like play music that dude probably enjoys?
Oh, see, I have Spotify, but I only use it for like one podcast. I only and
that podcast is Metal Gear Monday
on a constant loop.
Constant loop.
No, I use YouTube mostly because I've got YouTube Premium. So.
For thanks to who?
Actually, thanks to myself, because for some reason it was like, hey, you got to verify your stuff, and I was like, all right. So I went to it, and it was like, you can't do this anymore. So I was like, cool. I guess I'm just gonna pay for it myself.
Oh shit!
Hey, Sam, I still appreciate it. Just throwing that out there.
Oh, you should have told me. I would have fixed it. I would have looked into it.
I wasn't worried about it. It's $11 a month.
Also, while I'm thanking Sam, that fucking game rules.
Which one?
F1.
Oh,
that game fucking rules. Prime Day is coming up. I'm probably grabbing a wheel. Because I tried playing it on controller and I was like, oh yeah, I got it. I got to like the third like turn and it was like, whoa. I was like, well, there, yep.
Oh,
there's the other cars. There are the other cars in front of me and they're going past me and that one just hit me and it's my fault.
Also, speaking of games that Sam has gotten us into, I bought Wildermyth today because it was on sale.
Nice. We still have to finish. Me and Zach are going to finish that last.
We got one thing to finish up. So also, just because we were talking about the gym and the workout, so I went to the doctor today for an annual physical, just because I haven't been since fucking August of 2019, which I forgot how fucking much of a waste of time annual physicals are, especially because they couldn't do my blood work today because they didn't tell me to fucking fast in the email that I confirmed everything in, so I gotta go back tomorrow morning. But they took my vitals and they weighed me, but they weighed me in my clothes. So, I'm wearing my boots. Well, because in the Army it was always you were down to like just your skivvies and that was it. So that's what I'm used to. So I'm in my, work pants and a t-shirt and my heavy ass boots, and
blame the boots. Yeah, go ahead.
I will blame the boots.
I would imagine I would take off the boot, but I think generally speaking, you can guesstimate depending on what somebody's wearing, how much to subtract.
Yeah, you would think that, but then it's funny because
like 3 or 4.
Yeah, but then it's funny because the doctor, she comes in, she literally just 2 minutes with the doctor for an hour long visit. I was so fucking irritated at the end of it. Because she's like, how's everything feeling? I'm like, fine, check the belly, check the neck, check the ears. That's fucking it.
Yeah.
But she goes, everything, your vitals are good and all that. You might want to work on your weight, though. And I want to be like, ma'am, I am 23 pounds lighter than I was in January.
Don't talk to me about watching
my weight.
I was just like, what am I doing here?
No,
I saw this TikTok. I can't remember the name of the guy, but he was like, well, I'm not advocating that you do this, but legally speaking, you don't have to give hospitals your social security number. And there is nothing stopping you from just walking out of the hospital.
Yeah, as long as you don't have an IV in you, yeah, you can walk out. Because the biggest thing with, we just worked in the hospital, for anyone who hasn't watched previous episodes. The biggest thing that will happen is if
weird time for you to join in,
right? Like what?
But also, if this is I was gonna say, but if you're new to the channel, welcome. Ignore Cole trying to fucking gatekeep.
We have this weird love-hate relationship. If you really want to get into it, go back to Metal Gear Monday.
Oh my god. I will.
The show's not even live anymore. Stop advocating for them.
I will, but here's the thing though. I have been, and I do want to hear what you have to say about like the hospital stuff, Zach. But just really quick since we're on it, I have been going back and listening to like random episodes of Metal Gear Mondays, like as I work some days. Fucking funny.
I know it's funny. It's hilarious. Yeah.
Are you talking about our season specifically, or just
all of them? Like our season,
all of them are really, really funny.
Like 1.0, like with Leslie and Isaac.
There was a reason why like we became fans. I mean, you guys were fucking hilarious. And then like, did they? I don't know, because I haven't looked back at it since. Really, did they release like the Patreon stuff, or is that still behind?
That's still behind like the Patreon wall, but it's like $1 to get in now, I think. So it's and the Discord is free to get into now.
I didn't listen to Metal Gear Mondays because I was a fan because they were funny. I was playing the long game because I knew it would eventually catapult my career into it.
Yeah, this is the only reason why Zach even wrote his book is because of the long game he was playing with Metal Gear Mondays.
The only reason I wanted to get into Metal Gear Mondays was so I could get this really talented artist to paint like a mural of me and my friends.
Oh, right. Yeah.
But
have multiple artists paint multiple drawings of us.
Yeah. Well, shout out Sean.
Yes, and Alex.
T-Off TV.
And T-Off TV.
And Teo Alex.
But well, actually, also about Metal Gear Mondays. Then I'll go back to the hospital thing. I was at the Games Workshop a couple weeks ago, and it was during like the half-hour lunch break that the shop undertakes. And I'm talking to these two guys, really cool dudes. And the one's telling me
how really cool dudes in a Games Workshop. What?
I know, it's surprising, right?
It's weird.
Impossible.
It's not impossible. I don't. Yeah,
this story is
this
suspect.
is a lie.
It's a suspect story.
Inquisitor, get this man.
But we're talking, and this guy's like, yeah, and then I never went to college, but I've done like research papers and all that, including one where I wrote this 40-page paper, taking apart and analyzing the storytelling in this one video game. And I'm like, what video game? And he's like, oh, it was Death Stranding. I was like, and it's funny.
So you're telling me you didn't find a cool guy at the Games Workshop?
Yeah, exactly. What I say. What I fucking say.
And
it's not possible.
And
we were right.
But
we don't exist there.
But he sort of looks at me like, what was that for? And I was like, I used to be on a podcast that covered that show, and his roommate's like, I told you, it's not a good game.
It's not a good game. Professionally speaking, it is not a fun game. I still can't believe
they fucking made a novelization of that fucking game. I almost want to buy it.
Can you not?
I almost want to buy it secondhand just to see how the fuck they wrote it out.
Well, I don't know if you guys saw this news, but there is likely a sequel coming.
How?
Because I don't fucking know, Zach. Norman Reedus tweeted something that implied he was working on a. Well, hold on. Norman Reedus tweeted something that implied he was working on a sequel, and Hideo Kojima replied to it and said he needed.
Wait! I'm gonna guess what Cole is gonna say. What we need to do.
Okay.
Assassinate Hideo Kojima.
Oh shit!
I mean, I'm not opposed to that idea, but that's not what I was gonna.
For the FBI agents, this is a
this is fully a joke,
and it's also in the past. And I kind of work for you guys still, so.
Whoops!
Oops!
At the time of recording,
we should come back. We should come back for one episode of Metal Gear Mondays. Where we do the full the full fanfare, and it's like, here's to you, dear listeners. We're coming back for the sequel to Death Stranding. Nah, and then it ends. That's just it. Nah.
That is the exact fucking kind of petty that you are, though.
I know.
I am all about it.
That is the most cold Duncan idea.
And what we do is
recording gear back.
I was gonna say
I'll get the audio just perfect.
And two months
master just for me to for all of us to say at once. Nah.
And two months
play the outro.
And 2 months beforehand, we start making posts about it. Metal Gear Mondays is coming back for one final thing, and really build it up, and then it's that.
Drum it up. Nah.
I did,
and that's what you get for not subscribing to this channel. You, however, are smart, and you subscribe, so you know our plan.
I will definitely, and that's the thing for people who watch this channel that also that follow the channel because of Metal Gear Mondays. I'm not saying that this is a thing that will happen, but I am saying it is a conversation I will have with Alessio if / when the Metal Gear Solid movie comes out.
They're making a movie?
Jordan Vogt Roberts, yeah.
They were
It's been a rumored thing that's been in progress.
Wasn't Oscar Isaac supposed to play Snake?
That was the idea, and the guy who directed Kong Skull Island is supposed to be doing it's like a whole thing. But if that movie actually does come out, Alessio and I talked about like meeting up to watch it together, and then I'm gonna have the conversation about doing a one-off episode about it.
I
why the fuck not?
Why not?
I don't think I'll see it.
Especially because I'll call
Chris
and be like, "Yo,
you want to go?
Watch this fucking movie with me?"
Especially because Metal Gear Solid 1 is like the only one that I can still tolerate.
Yeah,
but how would a movie?
You cannot do Metal Gear Solid 1-to-1. Like you have to. It has to be like a multiple. Like
it would make a better series.
It would make a better movie series, yeah. But then the other thing too is that like there's some stuff in there that even if you had all the time in the world, you can't like 1-to-1 like a lot of stuff that happens in Metal Gear because it's so fucking
Hulu,
ridiculous.
like Hulu or Netflix pick that shit up.
Well, you can 1-to-1 if you did the PS1 version. You can't 1-to-1 fucking Twin Snakes.
Twin Snakes version, absolutely.
No, he's doing backflips off of fucking missiles and shit like that. No, absolutely not.
No.
But anyway, so back to the hospital.
Back to the hospital.
Hospital.
I'm gonna have Cole climb us out of this fucking rabbit hole that we just went down.
Really quick, before we do that, I'm gonna do a little
search. Go ahead.
Aha.
Nice.
Lemon, watermelon, aha.
That's my favorite one.
But no, so when I worked at the hospital, basically the biggest rule for people, because if people wanted to leave, they could either sign out AMA, which is against medical advice, or if they really wanted to, they could just walk out. But the biggest thing we were concerned about was if they had an IV still in them, because it's a tactic that addicts will use. Is they'll be like, oh, whatever, and they'll get an IV put in them, and they'll try to leave because now they got something they can just mainline right into. I almost got stabbed by one time because this one was trying to leave and she pulled it out and tried to poke me.
What the fuck? Gee, people fucking kill me.
But yeah, if honestly, I mean, and I don't really know the legal side of that kind of stuff, but yeah, if you don't give them your social security number on it, because basically all you have to do is fucking A, not let them draw blood, and B, not have a wallet with you so they can't do a wallet biopsy. And yeah.
Because they're not. Are they like allowed to refuse you help if you don't give them your social? Like
no, because think about it.
Hippocratic oath, right?
Well, yeah. Because think about it. Like, what if you're unconscious and you just don't have your shit on you?
Right. That's fair.
I fully just said that, not knowing a goddamn thing. I sound like those fuckers who were like, my HIPAA rights. I don't fucking know what the Hippocratic Oath is.
It's basically the one...
Like, do no harm. Like,
yeah, hold on.
I got that part, but, like, I don't know if it's, like, you can't refuse medical service to somebody.
I believe that's basically what it is.
You can do whatever the fuck you want, and it's weird now.
The Hippocratic Oath is an oath historically taken by physicians. It is one of the most widely known Greek medical texts, and the original form requires a new physician to swear by a number of healing gods to uphold specific ethical standards. I like that. I like the idea of like when they graduate medical school.
Gods.
When they graduate med school, they gotta come in.
You're now a pagan.
Yeah, they when they graduate med school, they come in. There's a bunch of chaplains with like the head apothecary. They've got like the what's it like the orbs with the fucking smoke and the incense coming out. They're all in robes and speaking in like fucking Gregorian chants and shit.
Before they take the oath to do no harm, they have to actually do harm and commit a human sacrifice.
Well, because it's then to show what you're willing to go to prevent what you just did.
It's deep.
What was that opening line in Mission Impossible 6? There can't be peace without suffering. Well, there can't be healing without death.
That's fair, I guess. Oh
This
shit!
episode got dark.
Pretty dark. Anyway,
This
I got
has
a
been all over the
PS5.
fucking place. Yes, you did get a PS5.
I finally got a PS5.
You got
Nice.
you got the console that looks like a building in Dubai.
You're right, it does. I think it looks cool. People like clown on it, but I think it looks neat.
It looks cool.
I
Especially like having it,
I
like
like
and looking
it.
at it.
I like it because it actually has personality again, as opposed to
yeah.
everything just being boxy and black.
I will say I've got like the Microsoft brutalism like Series S.
It's so it's actually I got a 2 terabyte like SSD expansion for it. Because there's so much shit coming out in the next like year, so they announced God of War's coming. God of War 2 is coming out on November 9th.
All of the fucking Callisto Protocol.
Yeah, Callisto Protocol is coming out in
trailers
December.
again
God of War
I'm
is
good.
coming out in November. Like, there's a bunch of shit coming out. Stray is coming out in a couple of weeks. The little kitty cat game.
I'm gonna say, is that the cat game?
What was that one that you told me about?
Routine.
Routine. Cole, have you seen
Yes.
Routine?
Mm-hmm.
Dude.
Oh. You need to watch the trailer. It's
I'll check it out.
it's fucking terrifying. It's a space horror like
But it's like,
Sci-fi
but again,
horror.
it's like retro space horror. So
it's really cool. I told this story to Zach on the Metroid episode that's coming out in a little while. But it's called Routine, and it got announced like 8 years ago, and then just fell off the face of the earth. And then the Summer Games Fest thing that happened a couple weeks ago, it had a resurgence. Like, it came back, and it looks fucking
dope.
incredible. So
Dope.
it
We'll check it
looks
out.
really, really fucking cool.
but yeah, I'm
Probably not gonna play it, but I'll check it
Yeah.
out.
No, I know you won't,
Yeah.
but it's definitely worth at least looking at the trailer because it's just got a really cool vibe to it. But
I'll say.
the PS5 is fucking dope. That haptic shit is
That's cool.
insane.
It is really, really cool. My
What do
buddy
you- what do you
here at
mean?
the apartments has like the haptic feedback on like the triggers,
Yeah,
right?
so the triggers have haptic feedback. in
Oh,
them,
that's
so,
pretty
like,
cool.
They can be contextual. So like you can like press it down like halfway to like do something, and then you can press it down the whole way to like, and there's like weight to it.
I've heard
So like
that-
if you're like aiming a bow, you like there's resistance when you push the trigger down. And
That's cool.
I've
Yeah,
heard for like some like really in-depth like first-person shooters, like especially like if there's like the gun has like a 2-stage trigger, it feels kind of like similar to where it's like you get it back and then it has like some like resistance, and then all you have to do is just kind of squeeze, and then like the firearm will actually go off.
Great. I have to learn where my fucking trigger reset is on my controller now.
Yeah.
Well, it's actually, so I started playing that game Returnal, which was an early PS5 game, and it's really cool. But it's like a procedural, like if you die, you lose all your like stuff, but like you keep certain, like Dark Souls ish.
Yeah.
But it's like a space shooter, essentially a third person space shooter.
Gotcha.
And all of the weapons have an alternate fire, so if you like press down the trigger like halfway and you fire, it'll do the normal fire, but like you press it down, you like and it like hunks down, and then you do your alt fire when you do it that way. It's fucking
That's cool. That's cool.
and it's gorgeous too. Like all the like Ratchet, I got the new Ratchet and Clank. That shit's gorgeous. The Assassin's Creed Valhalla is gorgeous. I haven't even played Horizon yet. That was the game that came with my PS5.
Yeah.
So like, there's a bunch of shit. That's like, it's just really
I had
pretty.
totally
It's really
forgotten that they made a new Ratchet and Clank.
Mm-hmm. It's really good, and it's beautiful. Like, it looks amazing.
Well, try and
And,
call
like,
him, buddy.
Yeah. And then they have the new PlayStation Plus, so like there's a bunch of games on there that I just can download and play because I have PlayStation Plus. Which, by the way, I'm finally going to play Crash Bandicoot 4 because that was a PS Plus game for
Oh yeah.
so.
It's about time.
The only thing that I've done aside from F1 was I don't know how I missed it, but Nintendo did the like thing where it's like, hey, we're gonna give you like the N64 if you want it on Switch. I was like,
What?
yeah, I didn't know it either, and so I found it. I was like, it's like $50 like the membership like a year. But you can play you can play like Mario Golf, Mario Kart,
I was gonna say,
both
'cause I-
Ocarina and Majora's Mask.
No shit.
you swear, like, Chanel had never played
Let's see
any of like the old school N64 Zelda games, and we like started playing like Ocarina.
It's kind of shitty that they've got Super Mario 64 on here because like I have, I bought the that like triple release that came out a while ago where it had, I might get this just for Ocarina, so I don't have to play it on the emulator.
But it has like Star Fox and Banjo Kazooie and shit. Like,
I'm like
reliving my childhood.
The other thing that came out on Switch recently was KOTOR.
Oh yeah, I saw that. Yeah, I probably should have grabbed that. I probably will here in a little bit.
I think it's still on there. Let me look.
Give us a minute.
$30 for both of them.
It's not bad.
It's not bad at all.
I haven't played KOTOR.
Do you remember? Very
long time?
And then I could play my own version of Majimbib. Whatever the fucking character's name was.
Yeah, Pokemon
Jimbib.
God, I forgot what I was gonna say. Oh yeah, so do you remember there was like a promo disc that was out around the time that was for the GameCube that had like every Zelda on it at the time on it?
Yeah, I do remember that.
Yeah, it had literally had Ocarina, it had Majora's Mask, it had all the portable ones, Link to the Past and Seasons and 8. It had all of up to that point. The only one it didn't have on it was Wind Waker because it was a promo for Wind Waker.
To get Wind Waker.
So if you had that disc and Wind Waker, you had every Zelda basically. And I remember like you couldn't buy. I don't even remember how I got it. I think it's still at my parents' house somewhere. But like it's just
that's
a GameCube
gonna be worth
disc.
Some money at this point.
Well, I bet it is. Hold on, let me see if I can find it because
there's one on eBay that's got it's 16 bids up to $31 right now.
That's not bad.
That's not bad.
This one's $65.
Yeah, I think I oversold what was in it, but
I pulled it up on eBay.
Yeah, so it has Legend of Zelda, the original, The Adventure of Link, Zelda 2, Ocarina of Time, Majora's Mask, and a 20-minute demo for Wind Waker. And then a movie that was like a retrospective for the whole
just the fact that it has Ocarina and Majora's Mask on one on one disc at that point was like, whoa.
Yeah, it was very cool. It would be cool. Like it would have been cool. The only thing that could have made it like if it has Link to the Past on there, that would have ruled fully.
Yeah,
but it doesn't.
It's all good.
Yeah, that's one thing I'm gonna do once I get settled. Over in
Moonbase Alpha.
Moonbase Alpha is
Moonbase Delta.
Yeah, Moonbase Alpha 1. Moonbase Sigma, am I right? Just Ryan Gosling movies playing constantly. But the three big games that I just got for my computer that I'll be playing over there are Warhammer 40k Battle Sector, which is basically Warhammer XCOM. Starship Troopers Terran Command, which finally came out back in June. They delayed it a couple months.
Full on came out?
Full on, yeah. So, and I played the demo for that. So for those who don't know, it's a Starship Troopers RTS and Wilderman.
Yep.
And then I've still got all like the Game Boy emulators that I'm going to go through eventually.
I know. I think I sent this video to you, Zach, but it's worth repeating. Digimon Survive.
Oh yeah, that's right.
And that you should go for that one too. That looks fucking amazing.
Is that coming out on Switch?
I believe so.
You've also got. Sorry, go ahead.
It's just like this RTS Digimon, but it's got like the negotiation function like Persona, but then like it's like a turn-based tactical with like the Digimon vibe, and then there's like
that's the other thing. I need to check out the Persona game as well.
Yeah.
Or game.
So Digimon Survive.
You've also got Darktide coming up. Like this year.
Well, I don't know if my computer's gonna be able to handle that, but that looks dope.
It is coming out for Switch, Zach. Digimon Survive.
And I will probably watch a long play of Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2. Even though they don't have Jeff Leach's Ghost anymore, even though he didn't actually do anything, Activision just fucking had a knee-jerk reaction and shit canned him.
Oops.
Shout out to Jeff Leach. He also voices Sergeant Carleon in Battle Sector.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he's a Blood Angel sergeant.
Makes sense. That game is fun as shit. I grabbed it for Xbox.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I've played like one of the tutorials, and I was like, let me get everything else taken care of, and then I'll just jump into this fucking both feet first.
It's really, really cool. It reminded me a lot of like XCOM, but like
at a slightly larger scale.
On a larger scale, but like it's really cool because it like incorporates bits of like the tabletop, like the actual like game with, you know, games like XCOM where it's like, okay, but like anyone can pick this up, but if you're a fan of like the actual game, it's like, oh, okay, cool, like there's still stratagems that I can do from actual Warhammer, like from the Codex.
Sorry, I zoned out. Warhammer.
You're good.
I've never seen someone's glasses glaze over before.
It's weird, yeah.
It's like the fucking Shinji's dad. That's what that was. It's just him zoning out the whole time. Speaking of that, like kind of like introducing new things like that, that's actually kind of why I'm excited for Street Fighter 6, because they're introducing like this like modern control scheme that like makes it like you can do combos and stuff a little bit easier, and they're actually suggesting that like you can use it in competitive, which is fine to do it, but like it's the implication is that like it's easy to do combos, but then if you get into like this traditional stuff, like you can still do more at like doing traditional stuff, so like you're not like losing out on anything if you
opt for like the old school style.
Right. Both are viable in like a competitive environment, which is pretty
That's cool. That's really cool.
More accessible for people. Plus, Street Fighter 6 looks fucking cool.
It does look cool.
And Chun-Li's still thick, which is great.
Calm down, son. She's just a drawing.
Mommy, sorry. I
have to see if I can find it again. I saw it a couple months ago where it was I guess there's a new Bayonetta game coming out or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
And
they announced it a long ass time.
Yeah, but it was someone like spliced part of it, the trailer where she like sort of like twirls around and then she like gives like the wink or whatever, and then it cuts to like this dude that like a trailer like falling over.
It's like a good year for simp games.
Yeah. Space horror and simp games is like the year of 2022.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. They Resident Evil Village is having. I don't know if it's out yet or if it's coming out. I didn't follow it that closely, but there's a DLC where you can. It puts the perspective in third person. You can play as like everybody, like the villains. Like it changes the thing. You can play as Lady Domitrescu in third person, and so people are the mommy simps and the
Alessio's gonna be real happy about that one.
They're feasting, friends. They're feasting.
Alessio, you haven't come out of your room in like 8 days. Leave me alone!
Leave me alone!
Slide the Totino's pizza rolls under the
door! I follow Markiplier, who is obsessed with her. And he always insists, he's like, it's not a sexual thing. It's a power thing. I respect the power.
I respect power.
So stupid.
Well, there's a picture floating around out there, and I'm pretty sure he posted it, but there's a picture floating where we found when Alessio and Isaac came out here to visit for Renton City Retro, there was a cosplayer there that was at the height of like the Bowsette stuff.
I forgot about that
photo you're talking about.
Alessio was obsessed with Bowsette. We found there was a Bowsette cosplayer there. And there's a picture of Alessio of her stepping on him from the fucking...
I remember that picture now. I forgot about the Bowsette phase.
Oh my god, that was a whole thing, man.
No.
So weird. So cool. So fun. Mommy. Sorry.
Shut the fuck up.
Sorry.
That's going to sound awesome in post.
Oh, it's going to sound great. Listen to me. Listen, there is nothing funnier to me than blown out audio just randomly occurring.
Yeah, dude, I laughed myself awake dreaming about that.
There's just like that's why I like get so close to the mic and like eat the microphone every so often, just because it's just like it's fucking funny.
It's hilarious.
It's a little treat for me. Like I'll go back and I'll just hear like I just fucking I have to pause the audio because it's fucking funny. Zach, let me ask you something.
Let me give you an answer after I consult my attorney.
Sure. So we're coming up about time to wrap it on this here vidcast. Since this is your last vidcast for a while, what is you pick a topic and we'll use that as our closing topic. You dealer's choice here.
The socioeconomic differences between the proletariat.
I fucking knew you were gonna say something. Cole was ready. Cole sat up. Cole was fucking ready.
Calm down, Cole. It's not the actual topic. I just love
We're talking about the proletariat.
You scared Chanel.
Sorry.
I like the fact that wasn't. She did a triple take.
Yeah, she like turned slowly and then went and then
because I didn't notice it until I saw her hair go on the other. No, you know what? I think the final topic, because last vidcast was the one. Was the last vidcast the April Fool's one?
Mm-hmm.
All right, so we talked. Gonna keep it on a high note then. We talked last time about how 2022 has been treating us so far and things we've done for self-improvements and all that. Topics that I want to talk about mainly for you two is basically your big two, which I already know one of yours, Sam. Your big two things that you've accomplished this year and your outlook for the rest of 2022.
That was a good one. Well, so obviously, you said it, but obviously one of my big ones is I wrote a book and it is coming out for people to buy and read, which is fucking weird.
And what date is that coming out, Sam?
Oh, September 15th.
All right, there we go.
Yeah. We'll talk all about it as we close the podcast.
Oh, yeah, we got one more thing with you and I after this.
And this one isn't so much of an accomplishment as it is just something that I'm really happy about. But so you guys know, and we've talked about it on the show, but we adopted the two kittens, Kufu and Cleo, back in January, and they're full-on criminals, but I love them a lot. And they're legit. We have this bucket. It's I got it from a brewery, and it just sits on the corner of the counter, and it has papers and like all of our manuals and stuff for our appliances and stuff. And we moved our kitchen table and our dining room table for a second because we were doing some stuff, and completely forgot. And they get up on the kitchen counter if the table's too close. We don't want them on the kitchen counter. So I'm in my office. I'm in here, and I hear. It's like, what the fuck? And I see I get up and I walk over to the door and it's open, and I see both of them sprinting away from the kitchen. And I'm just I said, "You fucking criminals!" I yelled it. And they hit one of them and knocked the bucket over.
I didn't realize that you adopted Cole and I in cat form.
Seriously, yeah. No, but I love them a lot, and they're honestly very good cats. They're very social, and they don't shed, and they're very cuddly, nice. And they're just really cute, and they're great, and that's one of the things that I really enjoyed about this year so far. And I really enjoy the other thing, just a quick one. I really enjoy my new job, and that's really cool too. But outlook looks good. I think it's just really cool. I'm chugging along on. I'm 10 chapters deep in book 2.
Damn, dude! I didn't know you were that far into it.
Nice. Yeah. Surprise. Which is approximately, because the second book is going to be shorter than the first one, and the third one's probably going to be like as long, if not maybe a little bit longer than the first one, just because of like the extra meaty stuff I want to put in there. But like the second one is very like after the end of the first one, and it's going to be shorter. So 10 chapters is like close to a third of the way finished with the book. So, some stuff happens, boys. You're gonna.
I can't wait to read it, man.
Yeah, you're gonna be. You're gonna enjoy the stuff that happens, maybe. But yeah, I think it looks good. Like, I'm just excited about how things are going. I think, assuming that I don't melt from the heat of this room that I'm in, because it wouldn't be a vidcast without me dying from heat stroke. I think the rest of the year looks pretty good. We're going back, like I said at the beginning, we're going back to Ohio. I'm going back to Ohio in August to like visit family and see friends, and Chelsea's coming with me for the first time to Ohio, so that's really cool. And I don't know, everything just looks, just 2022 seems good. So for me personally, you can say all the stuff you want to say about the way the world's going at the moment for like broad strokes. We won't go there. We get it. But like personally speaking, it is kind of hard to complain about how it's going for me. I think it's going very well.
Love to hear it.
Mm-hmm. What about you, Cole? What are two things that you're proud of from 2022, and how do you feel your year is going?
Two things I'm proud of. I guess I mean,
well, didn't you just have a pretty big accomplishment
happen
today?
Something just happened today, right?
Yeah, I didn't want to bring that one up, but I'll bring it up.
You don't have to. Yeah, you don't have to. It's a work thing, so.
I got a one of the stadiums in Chattanooga as one of my accounts. It's a sole account, so no one else on my team would have it. It's all mine. No one else on my team has ever gotten an account like that, so I'm pretty proud of that. On just to piggyback on that, like I got a thank you.
Why did you call me when you got the Louis contract, my guy? What the fuck?
Yeah, I know, right? I'm working on it.
I'm totally kidding.
When you're done playing with small fish in a big pond, then you fucking call me.
You call me when you got Louis Lookout on speed dial.
I'm actually working. Fun story. I'm already starting to work on that. So.
Oh fuck.
Yeah.
Fuck. Louis the Lookout's coming with us on the next boys trip.
Absolutely. Even if I had to steal him, which has already happened like last year. But no, on top of the work, I got a new job title, which was very kind. I really appreciated the recognition, because I've been in this industry for a while, and it was something I really took a lot of pride in. And then, I don't know, I got tattooed again this year, which was fun, and I'm really proud of it. And I'm probably going to get more by the end of this year, because that's what I like spending my money on nowadays. That and plastic crack at this point.
Got all of those expensive hobbies, man.
Yeah, they're fun. But no, like, Outlook looks great. You know, once I get off here, I'm going to get to spend some time with this lovely lady.
Yeah,
there she is.
Yeah, this lovely lady whom you have now almost assaulted in your sleep and scared the shit out of.
What are you fucking playing? Neutral flesh, no special traits.
What? Space Warlord Organ Trading Simulator?
That's fucking.
What is it?
Space Warlord Organ Trading Simulator?
What?
Okay.
I thought you were going to say Space Warlord Oregon Trail.
No. I'm dating obviously. I'm dating a dirty Xeno scum, but
also Cole, why don't you just learn how to use Blender so you can have her print up your own models?
Because it takes I don't know. It feels like
you don't have a good reason.
I don't have a good reason, but I like building them. It's fun.
So you just you divide them up.
She could do the same thing for her Necrons.
Yeah, why doesn't she?
Yeah, exactly.
You like building your Necrons. They're asking, why don't you just print your Necrons? Or why don't we just print them like minis?
I don't print my Necrons because I like the thrill of buying them. Also, I don't. It would be like an absolute torture test for my friend. Or like, I don't think it could print.
In this
In
economy.
Yeah. In this, he said, Zach said, in this economy. But yeah, no.
Zach,
I mean, it's all looking. It's looking pretty good for your boy. I'm pretty happy. You know, all things considered. Obviously, way the world is. You know, we won't get into it like Sam said, but
notwithstanding, because by the time this comes out, it could be better. It probably will be worse.
I've got a really awesome July coming up. Even with like at least one certain date, I know I'll be surrounded by a lot of people who I love and who will be around me, and I really appreciate that. So yeah, no, I can't complain. I'm turning fucking 30 this year. Don't.
My God, I'll be the last. I'll be the last core cast member, not in his 30s.
So I'll be closing the chapter in one part of my life and opening a new one. So,
bro, embrace 30 because 30 is when the stability kicks in.
Cole,
it's already starting. It's wild.
It's insane. Like literally,
what the fuck? I don't have just $200 in my bank account for the next like 2.5 weeks. This is
wild.
Also, knowing Cole's past though, it's not a chapter. Cole's first 30s is it's a tome.
All right, Zach, round us off. Talk about your two things.
My two things. So one of them is directly in line with yours, Sam, and that's I've actually finished a shit ton of writing projects this year already. Yeah, those three. So All In.
So we've got All In,
which is book number 3 in the Modern Mercenary Thrillers, and is the round off of the first trilogy, which follows Alex Morgan and Vinny. Oh yeah, and I also released Wetwork back in April.
Yeah, Wetwork came out. So you've got Deception, which came out, Wetwork, which is out, and then All In that's coming.
All In will be next May.
Then you've got
Cazadors, which is book 4, and it's the first book in the Modern Mercenary shared world. Because it follows.
So this is not Alex Morgan and Vinny.
Correct. It's a whole different cast of characters.
And then you got the one that I am stoked to finally read, which is Occupant.
And that is my first foray into science fiction and horror.
Mm-hmm. So those of you watch the throne on that. So you got your books, you got your projects.
And then, just think this year has been really, really good for sort of getting my life together, not just in the health and the mental health thing, but like my financials. Like I paid off like $9,000 in debt over like the last 5 months. Just scrimping and saving and really starting to live lean. Like
that's the other thing too. I've done a very similar thing. Like I paid down like a fuck ton of debt like in the last like couple.
It literally feels like there's like an existential crisis that's been lifted off of my shoulders because of it.
It is like I feel like I can breathe.
I don't have to pay $500 a month of my already limited money to pay this off. Now it's down to like $100 if I want to make the minimum payment. Mm-hmm. This is great. So, and all that, and then just sort of it all coalescing with finally getting this new job, which is going to make all the other stuff even easier because it's going to pay a fuck ton of money every month because you don't have to pay taxes because all taxation is theft and extortion. Fuck the IRS. Oh, I have a funny story that Cole will appreciate. And outlook is good. 2022 has been a great year so far. I think it's going to round out great.
I heard fuck the IRS. Wait a minute.
Wait, I got a story. Wait a minute.
So that day that I called you, Cole, about the Cracker Barrel conundrum.
Yeah. Which you're wrong, by the way. You're fully fucking wrong. She's right.
Really quick.
She's right.
Can you do like a real quick TLDR about what this is? Because I feel like I need to weigh in on this.
If you went to Cracker
any
Barrel,
food at Cracker Barrel other than their breakfast stuff, acceptable or not acceptable?
Not acceptable.
Oh, you're fucking wrong. The chicken and dumplings is delicious.
Right. He's right.
No,
the chicken and dumplings. Cracker Barrel chicken and dumplings is mid.
Well, yeah, it's Cracker Barrel. Everything's mid.
Don't talk shit about their pancakes. Those things are actually pretty fuego.
No, their breakfast stuff is great.
I haven't had Cracker Barrel pancakes in probably like 15 years. I'm gonna have to fix that.
Then you have no authority to talk. Are you out of Are you fucking kidding? Are you fucking? You were calling me talking about their breakfast, and you haven't had Cracker Barrel's fucking pancakes in over 15 fucking years.
Because
out of here.
Because I had to settle a bet between myself and the girl who I'm seeing. Because she's from Mobile, Alabama.
Are you hearing this?
But regardless,
he doesn't have
She can't hear anything.
The rest of it's okay. He's fucking wrong. You're fucking wrong.
But to get us back on track, so we're driving through DC because we're going to see a Braves game at Nat Stadium, and she's like, oh, because she's fairly new to the area, and she's like, oh, what's that building? And I'm like, I don't know. I'm looking at it. It's big. It's got the parapets and all that. I'm like, I don't know. Like, you know, I've walked by it before, and then I look and I go, oh, it's the fucking IRS. Fuck these guys.
On that note, this seems like a good place to call it. Thank you so much for joining us on this vidcast. We're gonna miss you, Zach.
No, I'm gonna miss doing this. It's been a very fun. Oh my god, it's been 2 years and 3 months since we started doing
something
these?
like that. Yeah. So we're gonna miss you on the channel, but you'll be back eventually.
I'll be lurking in the comments.
Yeah, I know you will. And you know what? There again, because of how your shifts work, there might even be times when we could potentially have you on. So,
because I said, right now it's looking like I'm gonna be working 6 hours a day, 12 hours. I wish it was 6 hours a day.
Fuck, that'd be cool.
12 hours a day, 6 days a week. So maybe we can make something work on that day that I have off or something.
Yeah. So there's never, like, again, I'm not promising, we're not promising, but there is potential.
I tell you what though, if it does happen, I'm gonna look a lot different next time because I'm going full wild man again while I'm over there.
Full wild man. That's what you have to do. But do the good YouTube things, like, comment, and subscribe. Hit the bell notification so YouTube can tell you exactly when new videos come out. And tell a friend and they can jump in on the fun too. As we said, Zach has books out. He has Deception and Wetwork, the first 2 books in the Modern Mercenary Thrillers trilogy. All In is coming soon. Occupant's coming soon. Cazador is coming soon. We talked about those. The link to buy Deception is in the description, as well as Zach's link tree for his whatever he's doing there.
I'm working on expanding my link tree too.
Yeah.
Oh, it's just the Amazon link right now.
Right, but it'll get you. Also, the link to Deception will get you to. You can get to his author page from the link to Deception as well. So you have options. As I said, I wrote a book too. It is the first in the Unyielding Tales trilogy, which is pretty cool. The first one is just called Unyielding. It's an urban fantasy thriller that I'm very excited about, and I'm excited for you to read it. It's coming out September 15th, and the links to pre-order that are also in the description. You can go to my link tree and find all that stuff there. So I hope you do. And as always, I would like to remind you.
Oh, that was terrible.
That was awful. Well, you never know, because sometimes when we say it's terrible, it happens to somehow sync up miraculously. So who knows at this point?
Well, and that was a very distinct 1, 2, 3.
It did sound that way. Yeah. Anyway, have a great life. Thank you very much.
Bye.
Bye.
For now. Jesus. Is that a threat?
Hey, you know what?
Promise.
If the shoe fits.